From Hollywood, the Red Skelton Show. The Red Skelton Show with David Rose and his orchestra. The guest star is Mae West. Now, here he is, the star of our show, Red Skelton.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Well, as you know, tonight our guest star is Mae West, and she has just written a book called Goodness Had Nothing to Do with It. And everybody's writing books now. I wrote one. It's a Mau cookbook. It's called How to Serve Your Fellow Man. Well, you know what's so wonderful about having someone like Mae West and everything, with all the glamour and everything. You know, what women have to go through to make themselves glamorous. Now, for instance, you take my wife, would you? No, I'm kidding. We're very much in love. But she's very vain. Georgia is very vain, but especially wearing glasses. I've seen her on the freeway get out and feel for the white line. But you know, to stay healthy, you've got to have some kind of a sport that takes you outdoors. And with this, I'd like to do an imitation of a little old man playing golf. Could I borrow my hat, please? Thank you.
Once there was a little old man who just loved to play golf. Now, he was different than others who played. He had two clubs. One was a golf club that he used as a cane, and the other was a club he got in Canada. Now, because of his age, he played alone. He teed off every morning at 8 o'clock. Now he's ready to start the game.
Can be literary and possibly wind up in print. So why don't you try it? If people should buy it, you ought to be making a mint. You will say that each day is exciting, just putting words on a page. It may be fiction or fantasy, even your autobiography. They of the folks you're delighting. You'll be the national rage when they take a look at the wonderful book that you're writing. Every feller will purr like a kitten. Red has Mae West as his guest. And in all its glory, they'll act out the story she's written.
Good evening. This is Charles Copeland, your host on Meet the Author. Each week at this time, we meet the author of a popular book. Tonight, we're happy indeed to visit the home of the famous author of the nation's current bestseller, a woman who is an American institution, Miss Mae West. Good evening, Miss West.
Good evening, Mr. Copeland.
First, I want to thank you for allowing us to visit you. You've been most cooperative.
Well, that's been the secret of my success, cooperation.
Now, about your book, Miss West. It's an autobiography, of course.
Yes, and it's called Goodness, had nothing to do with it.
Isn't that title a little spicy for a life story?
Well, maybe for yours, but not for mine.
I see. Now, before we go any further, Miss West, may I feel free to ask you any question at all?
Of course, but please use a little discretion. I understand the censor has a weak heart.
I'll be careful. Now, if we may, let's discuss the men in your life.
Well, Mr. Copeland, I've often said it's not the men in your life that counts, it's the life in your men.
Yes, that's quite true. But about those men in your life, Miss West, have you included all of them in your book?
Oh, please, the book is only 271 pages.
I understand the original manuscript was over 600 pages. Did the editors boil it down?
Sort of. Well, let's say it boiled itself down.
My word. And now, how about a real exclusive for our television audience? Could we hear about the men who don't appear in your book?
You mean the men that was taken out of the book?
Yes.
Oh, stand by, CBS. We're about to start a telethon.
No, Miss West, I simply meant we'd like to hear about some of the unusual men, the men who are offbeat.
Well, a smart girl never beats off any man.
No, I'm talking, though, about the extraordinary types, the characters.
Oh, like the time I was looking for a Mr. America type for my act. I needed a man with muscles. Someone strong, handsome, and romantic.
For heaven's sake. What do you know? I'm a new young Doug Fairbanks Sr. How about that? On guard, on guard, on guard. Yes, you go. You're throwing at me. You're throwing at boy. That feels good like a flatfoot should.
Come on, Cauliflower. Better get busy and finish cleaning the gym.
I will get soon as I answer the phone over here.
What phone?
Don't you hear the phone ringing? Boy, I hope I never get this punchy. You're like that wrestler I know, Joe. Every night he sets up with his wife and kids and watches the television.
What's wrong with that?
He ain't got no wife and kids. Come to think of it, he don't have a television set either. I know, I fixed it for him 3 times. Oh, listen to that.
Cauliflower, get busy and finish cleaning.
The chapel bells are ringing for some disc jockey. How about that? Oh, What you got now, boy?
I'm expecting a very important guest.
Oh?
I want this place to look good.
Oh.
Put this back in the rack.
Oh, right there. What's the matter with you, anyhow? How much does this thing weigh?
5 pounds.
Oh, I can lift 5 pounds.
But kidding. It weighs 50 pounds.
50 pounds? Why'd you have to open your big mouth?
Cauliflower, you're hopeless.
You bet I'm hopeless. Let's not get Skelton, that's all.
Wait, it's easy to lift. Why?
Sure, it's easy for you. It's made out of balsa wood. Well, how'd he do?
How do you do what?
Okay.
How you tall, dark, and muscular?
Oh, Miss West. Pardon me while I slip into my robe.
Never mind. It pays to advertise.
I hope you're still looking for a new Mr. America. I'd like to be that man.
Oh, duck! Here comes the flock up, boy. Boy, those peacocks. They're probably flying to the other network, getting ready to do a color show.
I tell you to get lost, only I'm afraid you'll find your way back.
Yes.
Miss West and I are discussing business.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I may be the new Mr. America in her act.
Oh, and boy, you've got what it takes.
Yeah, well, what about me? What about me, huh?
It looks like they took what you had.
Never mind him. I want you to look at these muscles.
Oh, terrific. Like Idaho potatoes.
Oh, well, how do you like these potatoes?
Oh, mashed.
And just look at this, Miss West.
Oh, a show off.
Oh, you got the job, big boy. Come up and see me sometime.
Oh, now, wait a minute. Give me a chance for this job, too. You know, after all, I'm pretty tough. All right, who's the wise guy put the iron weights in here? How do you like that? And they held it down with chewing gum, too. Here we go. Ooh. Oh, you dirty. Get there, boy. How's that? I'm looking with one hand. Good heavens, that's the ladies' steam room in there. How about that? They're making hot dogs.
It was an interesting experience. And
All my experiences with men are interesting.
tell me, which do you like the best? Great big muscular men, intelligent men, or handsome men?
Yes.
Well, let me rephrase that question then. Is there any type of man that doesn't appeal to you?
The type of man that doesn't appeal to me? Well, let me think. Oh, there must be. Oh, yes. It's the clumsy type. A clumsy man kind of bothers me. Someone awkward and stumbling and fumbling, like a character I once met. See what I mean?
Good heavens, look what you've done there. Oh!
You idiot, I almost swallowed that pen.
Yeah, you could have autographed your own liver.
Get those policemen picked up.
Yeah.
And where were you all morning?
I've been up there looking at that bridal suite. Want to know something? There's something phony about that bridal suite. They don't have any horses up there.
There aren't supposed to be any horses up there.
Huh?
I said there aren't supposed to be any horses up there in the
Well, then
bridal
how
suite.
come you rent them to a groom?
Look,
That's too fast. You didn't get that at all, did you? You didn't get that at all.
look, I'm expecting a very important guest. I want this lobby clear.
Yes.
Now get those valises up to the 12th floor.
Not me. I walked up to the 12th floor already. And boy, those stairs are murder.
Stupid idiot, why didn't you take the elevator up?
Well, the elevator's heavier than the valise is. And he calls me stupid.
How do you know?
A stupid idiot, he calls me.
Good heavens, man. Why do you suppose we have an elevator in this building going up and down?
Because it don't go sideways.
I'm going to get fixed up here.
Yeah, you go right ahead. There we are. in Wonderland. Say, did anybody ever tell you look like Mae West?
Thanks for the compliment. Did anyone ever tell you you look like Red Skelton?
Well, let's not get insulting about that.
Where's the manager? I want him to talk to him about my suite.
Your sweet what?
Something tells me you are a mature male.
Yeah.
What's your name, boy?
Boy, how big the men grow where you come from? My name is Clem Hopper.
Now, don't get vulgar.
Yeah. The vulgar Hopper is my cousin.
You must have been put together with a do-it-yourself kit.
Yeah. The wrong way, yeah.
Oh, Miss West. Miss West, I'm sorry to keep you waiting. Clem, get Miss West's luggage, quickly.
Luggage. Aye, sir. Aye, sir. Ooh.
Why do you keep saying aye, aye, sir?
Because every time I salute you, I get my finger in my eye, sir. Aye.
Welcome to my hotel, Miss West. I'm delighted you registered with me.
But I want you to know you register with me, too.
Oh, thank you, Miss West.
Don't look now, but you just popped your petals.
Shall we go up, Miss West?
Miss West, you certainly have a great effect on the opposite sex. Tell me, what is this hidden power you have over men?
Oh, I didn't know it was hidden.
I'll bet you've had hundreds and hundreds of admirers.
Confidentially, I know so many men that the FBI calls on me to compare fingerprints.
Tell me, out of all these men you've met, have you ever run across a man who was not trustworthy? I mean, a man you couldn't trust?
Oh, I met a few DJs.
You mean disc jockeys?
No, dishonest Joes. But the slickest sharpshooter I ever met was on the Mississippi. He was the captain of a riverboat, a big wheel. And his name was honest, San Fernando Red.
Why not?
Pardon, monsieur. I play cards with you, yes?
Yeah, always to meet somebody from Texas. Always glad to meet somebody from Texas.
I am a Frenchman. I come from Cannes.
Really? I had a good one for you, but we have to speed it up a little. They won't think of next. Canned Frenchman. Sit down, will you there, Frenchy? Right ahead.
Just one thing, monsieur. I would like to play with French francs.
French francs? Okay, you play with French francs, I'll play with American hamburgers. That's a good one, huh?
I mean, I wish to play with French money.
Where'd you get that wallpaper? Who puts that stuff out? That's pretty good. Yeah, so, tell you what, did you ever play black ball?
Black ball?
Black... Did you ever play blackjack? What's black ball? Yeah, did you ever play blackjack?
No.
Oh, those are ideal conditions. Now, hey, you just put your money right down there. I'll explain the game to you. Now, I deal each one of us a card face down like that. You see, sir? Now, I turn one up. Like that, sir. Now, the one that gets the closest to 21 wins the game. Understand?
Wait.
Okay, what you got?
21.
Oh, well, let's see now what I've got. Oh, wait just a minute. I got another card. 22, I'll win.
Oh, but the closest to 21.
Well, 22 is about as close as you're going to get, Frenchie.
I smell something fishy
You're not
around here.
supposed to hit it right on the head like you smell like.
Something fishy around
Must
here.
be coming into the shrimp boat.
Bonsoir, madame.
Hiya, Frenchie. L'amour, toujours l'amour. I hope you get the message.
Yeah, I'm not even French, and you're getting through to me.
Madame, I do not advise you to play cards with this man. I think he is crooked.
Well, maybe I can straighten him out.
Yeah? Won't you sit down, ma'am? I've got a little game of cards here. What's your pleasure?
Never mind. Just let's play cards.
Yeah. Did anybody ever tell you look like Mae West?
I am Mae West.
Oh, I thought I was wondering why the ends of my mustache was kind of twitching there. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll play a little fast game here. Care to cut 'em? Yeah, thank you. Yes, sir. Yeah. We'll play a little draw poker here.
Yeah, but keep your hands out of the drawer.
Yes, all right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I think I'll use this. It's just lying around. I'll open with 100. Anything wild?
Yeah, not yet, but that perfume's pushing my direction, I'll tell you that. Yeah, it smells wonderful. What is that?
Oh, it's my favorite perfume, Ashes of Men.
Oh. Ashes of Men, huh? How do you like this stuff? This is Rabbit Hutch, number 5. I see. All right, now, how many cards do you want?
Oh, I think I like what I got.
Well, so do I, but I mean... How many cards would you like? You don't want any cards at all, huh? Well, you see, since you was the opener, you could have had 4. So I need 3, so I'll take 7. Yes, sir. It's a good thing it's a double draw because I need 3 more. Oh, these cards are murder. Wait a minute. I'll get my phone. Yes, sir. There's nothing like an honest game. Nothing honest. There's something crooked about this game. This ain't the hand I dealt myself. Well, okay, well, I got 4 aces. What do you got?
What have I got?
Yeah?
41, 26, and 38.
Yes, sir. Looks like you win there, girl.
Oh, well, you've been a doll.
Oh, take nothing of it. Take nothing of it.
Oh, I'll say you've been a doll.
Oh, well, nothing at all. I want to thank you for being on my show tonight, and you were wonderful. The producer thought you were wonderful, and the director thought you were wonderful. And we'll find out what the censor thought as soon as we get him out of his straitjacket. Okay, boys, you can let him out now.
See that? They loved it.
And by the way, I wanted to ask you something.
Well, ask me, and I promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me, Perry Mason.
Look, you've always been surrounded by so many men. What is it that you have that other girls don't have?
Well, why ask? Why don't you come up and see me sometime? I'd like to ask you something else about that phrase. Why do you think it became so famous? Well, when I created the famous character Diamond Lil, that's the line that she spoke to the Salvation Army captain. Of course, it was the way she said it and what she did when she said it that made it so famous. But I think every woman likes a man to come up and see her sometime.
Yeah. But in other words, you do like to have a man around the house. Huh?
Oh, the most. It's so nice to have a man around the house. Oh, so nice to have a man around the house. Someone tall and dark and dreamy, with a face that's soft and creamy, who may just come up and see me. It's so nice. I may add an extra fellow here and there. For emergencies, you ought to have a spare. My apartment may be buzzing with a couple or a dozen, till I find out who's a man and who's a mouse. It's so nice to have a man around the house.
The more the better.
It's a joy to have the boys around the house.
A big selection.
I'm so glad to have the lads around the house.
We love her dearly.
I just died without a guy around the house.
Don't go away. Red will be back in a minute. Next week, Red's guest stars will be Brian Donlevy and Deadeye.
Recorded from an earlier broadcast.